President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto against the opposition coalition CORD did not only display a show of political might between the country's two main political camps, but now, according to the religious leaders, bred fertile grounds upon which deep-rooted division among Kenyans lie. The men of cloth sending out a message that the country is headed for deep conflict.
A close analysis of the possible scenarios, particularly around the presidential and gubernatorial contests, paints a picture of a country that is characterized by desperation and militancy, which can tear the country and counties apart, leaving in their wake wounds than we have experienced before.
The 2017 general elections.
The National Council of Churches of Kenya says that the deep-seated divisions that have caused violence around past elections appear to have gotten worse this time round.
Parliament concludes and enacts
the clerics seemingly pointing a finger of blame towards the direction of politicians whom they say are taking advantage of the fragility surrounding the collapse of the ICC cases to gain political mileage.
This country cannot afford another wave of violence or mere police intervention to restrain a disgruntled citizenry from systemic electoral malfunctions.
And that is not all. The clergy are now calling for a complete overhaul of the commissioners of the IEBC, stating that their credibility has since been tainted by allegations of corruption.
We especially note that there are overarching misgivings regarding the capacity of the IEBC to manage the 2017 general elections.
The leaders say the country is brewing a recipe for disaster, and the only way Kenya will abate the impending violence is if President Uhuru Kenyatta and CORD leader Raila Odinga engage in a national dialogue.
We especially propose two approaches towards this dialogue. One, have the top leaders of the main political coalitions and parties meet for dialogue and agreement on how to ensure that legitimate concerns around the management of the next elections are resolved satisfactorily to guarantee peace and credibility. Secondly, to hold sectoral and county dialogue fora to resolve critical issues at their levels and distill national issues to be addressed at a national dialogue and reconciliation conference.
The clergy's stand coming just days after the political class differed sharply as to whether or not the country was truly united.
Never again shall we shed blood brother against brother.
A unity questioned by the men of God, who also want the composition of the Supreme Court revised ahead of Chief Justice William Tunga's retirement, even as two judges of the court battle over the retirement age. The church now seemingly airing their voice in a matter that may have crucial implications ahead of the next general election. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.